Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a really easy, simple daytime event look that I turn to again and again. I always like to start with freshly cleansed and moisturized skin. So if you'd like to see my skincare routine, I'll make sure to link that for you down below. And then I'll clip my hair back because I don't want any makeup to go into my hair. To make sure my makeup lasts all day, I will always use a primer. So just one pump of my Hourglass Primer smoothed over my face just ensures that my makeup stays on and goes on beautifully. I'm following that with my Charlotte Tilbury WonderGlow because I'm after a really dewy finish, and I'm just applying that with my foundation brush. I think this is the Real Techniques buffing brush, but I'll check and I will make sure to list everything in the description box below. For my foundation, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, and again, using the same brush, I'm just buffing that into my skin, not forgetting the neck. And because I want a slightly heavier coverage, I'm just going over with a second coat. And I forgot to put on my lip moisturizer. So this is the Clarins Lip Oil, and I'm just going to make sure that my lips are fully ready for my lipstick by applying that and keeping that on all the time while I'm doing my makeup. Now this is my favorite new discovery. It's the Tom Ford Eyebrow Pencil. It's one of those double-ended pencils with a waxy pencil on one end and a spoolie on the other. And if you want to see how I do my brows, I will link a video that I made on my full brow routine, but this has really simplified it. So that's one brow done. You can see the difference it's made. So it's on to the second brow. I always brush my brows down first and accentuate my arch. That's my key. And then I'll fill in where I need to. Can't tell you how much I love this brow pencil. It literally gives me brows for days. I love it. So once the brows are on, it is time to go on with the eyes. And I start with my primer. It's the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. And I'm just going to put that all over my eyelids right up to the brow bone. My latest trick is a tiny little spot of concealer on the inner corner of my eyes before I even apply my eyeshadow, just to open up and brighten the eyes. My favourite palette at the moment is this Neutrals palette from NARS. I've written about it on the blog, so I'll link it below. It has just about everything I need for an everyday look and more. So I'm just using the lightest brown, which is the perfect flesh tone for me, all over the eyelid area. And then I'm going in with a medium brown and a pointed fluffy brush from Louise into the crease. I always find it easier to look down into the mirror to find my crease. So I'm just mapping out my crease with the pointed brush and then blending it out as I push the brush further in. With a slightly flatter brush from Goss, I'm using the golden shade over the moving part of my eyelid. Another new love of mine, it's the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. I absolutely love this. Not quite sure how I did my liquid eyeliner before I found this. It's so pointed that it's really easy to get down into the base of the lash and really easy to map out a feline flick or wing or whatever you want to do. And it stays on all day. Probably why it's called a tattoo liner. I love this liner so much, I bought it in brown and in black, and they're both as good as each other. Really recommend this liner. I'm not going for a heavy eyeliner look on this one, so it's quite a fine, delicate line, just winged out at the corners. And obviously on to the other eye. I keep checking back and forth to make sure that I've got it as symmetrical as I can get it. And now I'm just going back in with that pointed fluffy brush and that medium brown shade back into my crease to define it just a little bit more and wing it out slightly to meet the corner of my eyeliner. Onto the lashes, and this is my Tarte mascara. I love the mascaras from Tarte, and the newer one is even better, but this is Lights Camera Lashes. It's black, it volumizes, it curls, it lengthens, it does everything that I want a mascara to do. Now I know that this looks slightly painful, I promise you it isn't. I always line the waterline with a black waterproof eyeliner just to make sure that my lashes look super long and lustrous. Onto my concealer. This is my Laura Mercier Secret Concealer, and my favorite concealer brush is the Japonesque 915. You guys know I love this brush. If I had to have just one brush, this might well be it. So I'm really buffing in my concealer to make sure it's fully blended, and I'll use it just to conceal in the areas where I need a little bit more coverage around my nose and around my mouth. It's time to set my concealer. I'm using my By Terry Hyaluronic powder. You can see how fine this powder is. It's literally just wafting up into the air. With a flat pencil brush, I'm just going to use that medium brown shade, again under my eyes, just to give them a little bit more definition. Back in with my Urban Decay black eyeliner, and I'm just using that to define the outer waterline of my eyes. Onto a very light contour, I'm using my Illamasqua contour palette, and I'm actually using the blusher brush from Real Techniques because I love the way you can be very precise with the point where you put it and then blend it out with the rest of the brush. I can't possibly go without my Champagne Pop highlighter, so I'm just using that same Smashbox fan brush to apply it to my cheekbones. And onto my blusher, which I should have done before my powder, but I forgot. So I'm mixing 2 of the By Terry Hyaluronic Cream blushes and just applying that and blending it out with my fingers. I'm just going to wipe away that moisturizing oil, which has done such an amazing job of really hydrating my lips. I'm lining my lips with one of my favorite nude highlighters. This is from Smashbox in medium nude. So I'm lining and filling in my lips with this liner, and then I'm going to use a new shade from the Rosie 4 Autograph collection of makeup. It's a really beautiful kind of geranium color, perfect for this season, a really lovely pop of color on the lips. And I can't go out with my hair looking like this. So I'm just going to use my curling wand to add a few waves throughout my hair, and I'm always curling away from my face. And I'm just going to set those waves in place with my Show Beauty finishing spray. That, you guys, is the finished look. It's a really easy look to do that you can wear almost anywhere. It's the perfect everyday look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos from me, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you're not following me already on Snapchat and Twitter or Instagram, whichever works for you, I will leave all my social media links in the description box below. Make sure to come by and say hi. And other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!